Hi, today I'll be installing and reviewing the Sportspower Addison wooden swing set. Okay, so this is how it comes in the box. Let's see if we could put this together. The thing that I really like right off the bat is that the pieces are clearly marked, and I know that's going to be so helpful when putting these together. Pieces look like they're chipped a little bit, so the stain's not on that portion, but it's not that big of a deal. All the pieces are moved to their location, and I'm going to be putting it right here, right next to my chicken coop. It comes with these in a nice little bag, and feel free to pause to read this. It tells you how to care for the wood, return information, manual, and then looks like a coupon here. Says take a complete inventory before putting it together. I'm not going to do that because I'm reviewing it, so make sure you do that so you don't have the headache of having to disassemble and return. Suggested material that it needs to be over, so eventually I am going to buy some probably either sand or mulch, probably mulch, and that would be the depth that I need to put it. The materials that I'm going to need to put it together, so I'm going to go ahead and grab all those. Okay, again, skipping over all these things I should be doing. I'm going to go right to assembly. So it looks like we're going to be pre-assembling these pieces. I changed my mind and decided to organize these numerically, and in hindsight probably should not have done that right where I was going to put the swing set, but I'm just going to roll with it. So I'm going to do inventory now. Going through, I want to point out I really like how not only are the pieces labeled clearly, but in the instruction manual the pieces are shown how they appear in real life, which is, I think, incredibly helpful. So well done. Just did inventory and all of the wood pieces check out, so yay. Alright, hardware comes in a box, and all these little bags come in a big bag. Bags are also well labeled. Just for the heck of it, I am just going to go ahead and organize all these. Looks like they go by letters and by numbers, so I'm going to try to keep it easy on myself. Here are the tools that it comes with. Awesome. Organize the tools all by number and by letter, so I think this will make putting it together much easier. You can find V21, V2, V5, and V4. So here's V5, V4. And it wants me to put these into the wood with using a mallet, which, haha, was not part of the tools needed, so I'm gonna have to go and grab one of those. Here we go, so we're putting them in here. And by the way, it is a hammer, not a mallet. That's what the instructions say, so bring a hammer with you. All right, all the V4s are in these pieces. When you're doing this, that you are following the instructions of where they should go, because I almost put all of them in this, which would have been a pain to remove. They're all in, and I ended up with an extra one of these V4 things, so it's either a good or maybe not so good thing. Hopefully I didn't miss any holes. Next, we're doing V5 in these two little holes of AH41. These guys are all set. Okay, this is AH33. Need to make sure to follow these holes correctly because it will tell you which side to put this on. So I want to make sure this is on the right side. So they're going on these instead of the underside. So make sure you have that right, or you will be in a lot of fun trying to remove them. We're on step 1. It says connect AH26 to AH1A and AH2 using Z6, V3, and V1. So I'm going to go grab those and get that one assembled. V3, V1, and Z6. Alright, this is step 1. I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. Okay, so this is V6, this little guy is V3, and this one is V1. Keep going. Got a little helper here. Good job. Next, this is going to be step 2. I'm going to go ahead and get this fastened. Alright, this is step 3. Alright, on step 4, and we need to make sure Looks like the hardware is different, so be careful about that. One of the most frustrating things I'm finding is that the instructions don't really make it clear which side you're supposed to be putting it on. So there's some of these that have holes drilled into the sides that aren't really clearly marked, and so the only way you can figure out how they go is by trying to put it together and then having to redo everything. So that's where we are now. So for example, this has to line up with marks over here, and you can't do that if these things are put into the wrong side, so that's a little bit of a frustrator. Alright, we're on step 4, and one thing I noticed is that it tells you exactly which ones are S3 and which ones are S2, except for when you get down here. It doesn't say what these top ones are, but they are S2s based on how many are required up here. Okay, so that is step 4. Step 5, it doesn't really tell you where AH goes, so we're just kind of leveling it, making sure it's even with the bottom here. Alright, step 5 is done. Alright, on to step 6. We've hit another snag. This board is flipped, so really pay attention to orientation on this thing. That is causing 90% of the time spent on this thing is fixing it. What we're having now is this front piece here is leaning to the left. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's slightly lower. So we're gonna have to fix that. So we're gonna have to push this up about a centimeter, even though the holes align. So we're going that way and just having to drill it in there. Better, I think the holes in this one were drilled just a centimeter too short. Okay, so that's much better. So for 16 and 14, it says you need to go down from the top here 2.12 inches, and don't really know how much that is. So this is officially 2.12 inches down. We've learned that 2.12 inches down makes this piece flush with that one. Manual had kind of a bad picture, but this is where H10 goes. Step 6 is now done. We're on step 7 now. For these ones, we realized too late we should have just flipped it, but whatever. Actually, you can't flip them because then this would be off, so it looks like you'll have to deal with the numbers. Here is step 6. Right here is step 7. One more to step 8. Just making sure the distances are same from the bottom to the top. Step 8 is done. Okay, step 9 is next. Again, these numbers are kind of weird, but we're gonna figure it out. Alright, all done with this step. Right, step 10. Okay, this one also has a very specific measurement, but there's only 3 of them, so I'm just gonna put one in the center and then even these in between the holes. Not measuring anything, just eyeballing this. So this one we do need to find the center. We are done with this step. Okay, time for step 11. It's getting fun now. This is going to be the sunshade. Alright, these things are going to hold the ends of these poles, I'm assuming, so you can take this on and off easily. The thing to note is that this thing turns into an absolute kite with the wind. It's a windy day, so this thing's already blown across the yard. The note is before screwing these on all the way, make sure this pole is in so that it is nice and tight. This is going to be a lot of fun to bend. Okay, we're done with this step. Alright, one more to step 12. One thing when you're installing this is you kind of have to eyeball it because we followed the instructions and it's kind of crooked. You can see from the front here that it's even, but we do have to fix this bottom bar because it's crooked. Alright, we are done with, okay, step 13. Flip it over, so it's going to get a washer and one of these things. Here we go with step 14. Okay, this should be the completed piece. Okay, step 15. Alright, there's a special socket wrench. And that's how you put that one in. Step 15, home stretch. That these things are in, and these guys are in. We made a mistake. That hole goes in the front and not the back, so we'll be switching that around. What this extra piece was, and now we know. And this thing in. We did mess up with the back one and flipped them, but oh well. Step 16.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Wee! Swings are in! Alright. We skipped a step and rushed ahead. We gotta get this. Oh my goodness! Are you excited?
S18, V3, and V18.
These guys are gonna be really important because unless your swing is perfectly leveled and somehow staying in the ground, I would put them in to kind of keep it anchored, because when two kids get on the swing set, it does tend to kind of rock. So just for safety's sake. But we're not going to put these in now because I'm going to level the ground and make a nice little box around it. So we'll eventually have them in. Alright, we ended up with some, what I hope are extras, and not that we really messed something up. Go for it! See how it is rocking? So this is why it needs to be tethered to the ground. So please, please, please make sure you do this. What do you think?
Good. I give 5 stars.
5?
Wait, 5 out of 5 or 5 out of 10?
5 and a 10.
5 out of 10? That's not a very good rating.
Because it looks good.
Well, is 5 bad?
No.
Is it a 5 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10?
And a
10
10 out of 10.
out of 10. Awesome. Check it out. Hello. Ready, set, go. Woo! Great, thank you so much. This is our review and demo of the swing set, and as you can tell, it is a huge hit. So take care. Thanks for watching.